Jesus. Ouch. Ugh. Excuse me. Oh my God. Oops, wrong channel. Oops, wrong channel. Hi, kitty. I'm not in the mood right now, kitty. Go away. I got other shit going on, kitty. Hi. Go away, kitty. I love you, but you know. Hi. Well. Oh, well. Look how pretty it is outside. Pretty, pretty sunset, sunrise, I mean. Pretty, pretty sunrise. Sorry. There we go. Oh my God. Smash that like button. I just did. It felt good. Okay, here we are. Hi, kitty. She's been trying to get my attention, and all of my animals have been with me. I went to bed at like 3 p.m. yesterday, and it's 6:55 now. Oh my god. Hi, kitty, 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 kitty. I woke up at like 5, so I slept for like 12, 13, 14 hours. I did like 6 melatonins. Do you know that melatonin heals nerve damage? It fixes nerve damage. And I think the reason might be because it puts you into a restorative sleep where rest and repair happens. If we could all sleep better, we would be well-ish, wellerish. So I'm very well rested, but I'm still in a lot of pain. I'm extremely irritated by all sounds. My dogs need their nails clipped, and so when they walk on the floor, it's like 40 nails going click, 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 click. And my kitty wants me to pet her, and she's rubbing on me, and I just don't feel like it. And she's purring. And the purring sound. I love you, kitty. I just don't feel good. Go away now. Go away now. Why is it when you want the cat to come to you, they're like, no thanks. When you tell them to go away, they're like, not happening. Not happening. So, I don't know what the fuck, man. I guess yesterday when I was putting my castor oil on and I was like, whatever. Hey, how are you? It's a very pretty, cool orange sunrise outside. Don't start that. I need like a Nerf gun or something. Shadow, that's not gonna work for me. Don't. I'm gonna lock you out of the house. I'm in the door. I'm in the barn. No, in my room. Look at this, look. Shadow, knock it off. That's a hard no. Mama, no likey. Mama, no likey. Stop. Let me guess. Let me guess. Is it Libby? Is it Libby? Let me see. Is it Libby? I don't see her. His little girlfriend. Oh, he's got this girlfriend. He, you know, in last spring, maybe I was taking them to the dog park. And this dog park, just our private little dog park. And he got to eat he got to meet the golden retriever across the way, who I believe is intact female, right? And he got to, sniff her. Now he is neutered, but he did have his I let him go as long as I could at the advice of my trainers. My service handler, the service trainers I was using did say, you really want to let him as much as you can get those hormones, get the right? Not for a huge dog like that, you don't. Buddy was fixed right away, and he just doesn't have the desire to be alpha anything. And oh my gosh, Eka, good for you. What does that look like? I know you were consuming a lot of sugar, and we talked about replacing that with live sugars from fruit. The fructose. Good for you. Good for you. I ate a little bit more yesterday than normal. Ouch. Filbert, are you going to be all right, buddy? You can be okay? Or are we going to do this? Because if we do this, you're not going to be okay. But we can do this if you want to, honey. Because you know what? I'm Saturn 8. And I'm here to be of service to you on a spiritual level. And I have no problems doing that from the perspective of Saturn and 8. I just don't want to hurt your feelings. But sometimes that's what's required. My fucking clicky clunky chair. You know when you let your teenage boy use your chair, it's not going to come back the same way. It's going to be all fucked up. Okay. Those are better choices. Good for you. Those are better choices. How tell me about it. What's your experience of this moment, of this shift? I'm so proud of you. Now remember, when you are expanding your energy, it can feel like a lot. It can feel like you might not know what to call it. It's just expansion. Allow it to happen. Allow yourself to embody more energy. It's fine. Oh, we're going to do all caps? Cool, man. That's an interesting strategy. Pretty boring, but do you, boo-boo. Oh my God. So yesterday I went to bed. Basically I stayed in bed for about 14 hours. I really couldn't move. So I kept like heat. I tried to do ice. I honestly don't remember if I did ice or not. And by heat, I mean warm, because I do tend to overdo it. Okay, beautiful, honey. The fruit is really, really going to help you today. That fruit sugar stabilizing your blood sugar levels is going to make a big difference today. And if you guys can wait until your sleep inertia wears off, maybe an hour, hour and a half after you wake up to have your coffee, coffee won't have it interacts with your brain chemistry differently and your rhythm differently. You won't get the mid-afternoon crash. You won't feel groggy when you wake up and get the headache if you don't have coffee. If you just wait to have your coffee till that sleep inertia wears off. And like I said, it's about an hour, hour and a half for most people. And if you need help and you just want a quick coffee and you need help, I have a way that I do it when I quit coffee. And it requires zero transition. It's just a different product. You're doing some green tea caffeine and guarana ginseng, B vitamins, kind of like a synthetic taurine. Filbert, why don't you go ahead and try to make some cutting remarks? Let's see what you think are cutting remarks. I think that would be cute. In your all caps. Filbert likes the cap lock. Oh my God. At some point in the middle of the night, I realized I was clenching my jaw. So I just tried to relax. They say that the steel cut oats also, if you mix them with maple syrup and cinnamon, the combination of cinnamon and maple syrup is really, really good for your hormones. Really good for hormonal balance, especially women. So if you like oatmeal, opt for steel cut oats every morning. Alexa, what's the weather today?
The current weather is 19 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. You can expect more of the same today, with a high of 45 degrees and a low of 19 degrees.
There's not even one single cloud in the sky. What the fuck? I guess clouds are going to be rolling in? Is that what she's trying to tell me? I don't know. So, Akka, do you know who firewall is when I refer to firewall? He hooked me up with a doctor today. He's actually a brain surgeon. So I'm going to be going to see the brain surgeon today. Okay. I love the sound of this clock. I've had this clock in my house for decades. I found this juice bar that makes really good healthy options. It's a little more expensive than Dunkin's, but I've decided that the few extra dollars is worth the health benefits. Can you make it yourself at home, honey? Filbert, I see that you said I apologize. I didn't read your other comments though. But now that you've said I apologize, I'm interested in continuing a conversation with you. Do you know that you can remove your past comments? Because I didn't read any of them. If you want to. It's up to you. I like to give people a chance to course correct. I know that most people you meet are douchebags. I'm not one of them. I mean, I can be a way bigger douchebag than any douchebag. But no thanks. And yes, if you can't or don't think you could reliably keep produce in your house, yes, then just let someone do it for you. I should do that. So, honey, it's not a challenge. It's an invitation, babe. Okay? So healthy options. Yeah, that's the way to go, honey. Now, what you could do is let that routine sink in and start doing maybe just a little bit of research on what you're doing, like the benefits of juicing. How can I juice most healthy? Go to Reddit, maybe. So that you are doing it in the most healthy way, because you can fuck it up with juicing. If you do too much juice because there's no fiber in that juice, you can get really constipated and stuff. Smoothies are better because you're juicing the whole fruit. Masticating some fruit whole is a good idea, like with your oatmeal today. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let all of this sink in for a while. And once you feel like this is part of your routine, do you habituate? Or are you neurodivergent without the habituation feature? I didn't get the habituation download. I'm just very circadian and with very little habituation. So if you feel this will habituate for you, once you feel like it's really part of your routine, then take little tiny steps to make sure that the produce you're eating is the best, highest quality produce. It's possible that the juice bar is not using organic, it's got pesticides, blah, 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 blah. But don't worry about that right now. It's still better than what you have been consuming. Just go ahead and let this become a routine or a habit for you. Okay. I might go back to decaf because I really love coffee. But sometimes I go back to decaf because, what you doing? What you doing? Huh? What you doing? What you doing? Huh? What you doing, you two? Huh? You fucking with each other? Huh, kitty? I would say so, honey. most of the people who feel heard and loved on my channel are well, Filbert, I didn't read any of your comments, but I can tell that you're not kind of getting with the program. But I'm going to let you go ahead and come back tomorrow and see how it goes. Good luck. Try to have a better day. And maybe make a shift towards trying to bring healing and happiness and love into the world. You'll be amazed how fast it comes back to you. That's good puppies and kitties. That's good puppies and kitties. So anyway, Firewall hooked me up with a brain surgeon friend of his. These people. Rich people do shit different. And when I say wealthy rich, like the super wealthy, they do shit different than other people. And I know that. Same my first rodeo. So I'm going to go see the brain surgeon today and get the ball rolling. When they look at my x-rays, okay, so when the doctor that took the x-rays that I may have shown you guys, when he took them and he saw them, his jaw dropped. He was like, you must be in excruciating pain all the time. I don't know how you're walking. And I started crying because finally someone understood me. But I've managed for 10 years. On and off. I've managed, I guess I could say I've managed. Have I? I don't know. So we'll see what happens. The Godfather did send some stuff. It just hasn't arrived yet. So, but that will come in handy because my assumption is they won't. I'm just going to go in there and hear them out. See if they ask me what's worked for me in the past. Because when they look at my back, when they look at my x-rays, I can get any prescription I want. But I can't tolerate opioids at all. So, and I don't want them. And what they really do is they actually make your pain worse because your body you just grow new neurons, new neural pathways, and the pain just begins registering in new neural pathways. So then you actually end up with more pain receptors. So that doesn't work. Maybe I'll end up with a surgery. That would be really great, I guess. It's come a long way. But I really couldn't move for the past couple of days. Yesterday, I really just couldn't breathe. I couldn't take a proper breath. So I've taken like 4 Advil, ibuprofen, whatever's in it. Ice, heat, sleep. I'm very well rested. I just can't move. And it's weird because people look at me and they're like, you're fine. Because I've kept myself in very excellent physical condition. Number one, because I'm very competitive and I'm athletic. Number two, because I spent my life in hospitals and ERs. At the beginning of my life, hospitals, ERs, doctors, needles, no thanks. So I try to stay as physically healthy as possible so that I can avoid all of that garbage. I didn't ask for it. In the process of my surprise autism diagnosis, I was also diagnosed with medical trauma PTSD. They're like, holy fuck, you've been fucked up by the medical industry, haven't you? Yes, I have. If you guys want to hear some crazy stories of abuse, I will tell you. Let me just put it like this. Don't go to the doctor alone. Don't go to the hospital alone. Don't ever be left alone around medical professionals. You need an advocate there for you. A very strong, well-educated advocate for you. Not someone who can gang up with them on you and help them get their way, okay? Because some advocates end up like that. Now, if they think that that team is correct, then they need to have that team or doctor or whoever leave the room so you guys can discuss options. But you should always have an advocate with you because those people are good at getting their way and making you feel like you don't know shit. But the reality is that all the research that I did was right. You know, intelligent human beings can research and understand medical journals and everything that's going on out there and understand what might be the best course of action. And I do hope they ask me, is there anything that's worked for you in the past? Thank you for asking. Yes, as a matter of fact. Although I am open to discovering a new way of doing things, there is a way that's worked for me in the past. I'm not really open to being on meds daily. Pain management doctors, that's what they want you to do. And then you're supposed to go back and see them every, 90 days, and they take your blood and make sure that your blood has enough. No, thank you. But I'm just going to go along. I'm going to be very compliant so that I can get a bottle of meds. And a bottle of meds usually lasts me like a year or two because I don't take them when I'm not in pain. I can't tolerate opioids. I can't tolerate pain meds. I don't want to tolerate pain meds. I tolerate a shit ton of pain on a moment-to-moment basis. That's true. I smoke a lot of weed so that mentally I have an escape. My plants are doing very well. So Eka, yeah. Spondylolisthesis is when your spinal column slips off of your sacrum. Usually that's where it occurs. And you can sometimes look at people and tell who's got it. If you see like dancers, gymnasts often are super flexible and they've got that really super archy back, many times it's because they actually have spondylolisthesis that has not, hold on, that hasn't really broken yet. I don't know if that's really, I mean, that's kind of what it is. So, having been a very, very flexible dancer and gymnast, I ended up with spondylolisthesis grade 3 on mobile, unfused because it hasn't been fused surgically, mobile because it still moves and clicks and pops around, grade 3 because this is grade like 1, 2, 3. My spinal column is off my sacrum forward on my body. And so those little dinosaur bones that come off of your spine that you can feel, the like facets or whatever, fractures off. And my spinal column kind of like, you know, you've got your spinal column and then you've got your little dinosaur bone thing. And when this goes forward, this goes backwards. So like, and it fucking hurts. And having been super flexible and a super bendy spine, now I have no arch in my back because the slip has like, it's all stuck. It can't bend. But I haven't had the surgery because in the good old days, they would have just fused me together right where I was. Now, previously I was only a 2 and then I had an injury and pushed me to a 3. But they won't even reduce me, probably. They'll just fuse me where I'm at. What I want them to do is reduce it and put in another disc because now they have fake discs. And then I'll get my height and my motion back maybe. So I've waited and waited. You know, there are a lot of people who've had the surgeries and it makes it worse. And they have 1, 2, 3 surgeries, 4 surgeries, and it doesn't take, it isn't good. No, surgeries do work well on me. I've had multiple surgeries from injuries and I've had no problems at all. And there are people who've had the surgeries and they're like, it was liberating. I got my life back. Well, I would like to get my life back. And I've already mentally accepted that if I should get my life back in that way, that I might be tempted to look back on the last 30 years, 40 years, 40, 35 years, and regret not doing it sooner, but the technology wasn't there. So we'll see what happens. I just don't quite get the third dimension. I'm not wired the same with pain, and there's a lot of stuff going on, right? So it's not just enough for me to stretch. Because I'm super bendy, I overstretch and pull muscles. And because I'm broken, my body is always trying, my muscles are gripping my skeleton to try to keep me together. And it's not just around the break, it's everywhere. And so then I go in and try to stretch it out because I'm super flexible. A little stretch isn't enough. It feels better to keep going and going and going. I'm like, oh, that feels so good. And then when I release, I realize I pulled a muscle. And people look at me. Good boy. That's a good boy. Oh, because there's no dog. I don't understand this woman. This is the 3rd winter I've seen her out here walking. She walks with a cane. And she's wearing flip-flops with short socks and short, like, capri pants. I'll show you. Where'd she go? Hold on, whatever. What the fuck? Oh, that's the mirror. I'm like, what? So, but the weirdest thing is not that. It's that on the inside of her pants and one of the legs is a huge hole where her knee is. And like, I'm tempted to kind of follow her and see where she lives and drop off a new pair of pants. But I'm guessing, I mean, it's not cheap to live here, so it's not probably that she can't afford new fucking pants from Walmart. She must have, there's a reason. And even in the summer, she wasn't wearing those pants. I was like, okay, well, she got new pants. But it's weird, like there's just a big hole right where her knee is, so maybe there's something going on there. I don't know. I mean, I've been seeing her now 3 winters. Why have I been here so long? This is almost the longest I've lived anywhere in many years. Extra disc. Where? So does he have like 2 discs in one place and they can't just remove a disc? Oh my God. That's gotta hurt, man. I've been through different phases and stages with this. I used to have the sciatica pinch and the numb toes. I don't have that anymore. I used to have the crushing, like my ribs, because I lost that disc and I lost height when it slipped forward, right? My ribs go down into my hips, into my pelvis. So like, here's my ribs and here's my pelvic bone, and you're supposed to have space there where you would have a waistline. Mine is like this. So no matter how skinny I get, when you measure around my waist, it's always the same because it's bone. It's ribs and hips. And that feeling, I think I may have expanded a bit with very, very slight inverting and laying on the floor for 7 years, sleeping on the floor for 7 years. I think I may have helped because that used to be very crushing. That feeling of being crushed was just overwhelming at times. Oh, God. And you can see it's still stuck in my body, right? The emotions, the trauma. And so my work that I was explaining to you yesterday about this new upgrade is to, no, not an upgrade. Yes, an upgrade, not an update, an upgrade. The work that I am to do in this new upgrade is breath work. That's the information I was given, breath work. Oh my God. It's at the base of his spine? Sacrum. That's really interesting. I've never heard of such a thing. And poor baby. Oh my God. Surgery is 50-50 that it will make it better or that it won't make it worse. See, that's the thing. You don't know, and you want to go to the very, very, very best surgeon in the world. In the world. And until I can go to the very best surgeon in the world. Hey, Shadow? Everybody can see you, Shadow. Everyone's watching you. Everyone in the whole world can see you now. You're acting like a monkey. Oops, hold on. What happened here? Oh, there we go. So it's 7:30. This probably, I'm guessing the place that I want to go opens at 8 o'clock. So here's the other thing. Okay. Now, this is what I know about doctors. They're just people. Doctors and nurses, just people. And they've seen so many people, many people. And my experience is, as with the deputies that work in jails, they start profiling. If you don't look like you've put yourself together, if you don't look like you've done your hair and have nice clothes and blah, 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 they treat you like garbage. They treat you like you're seeking pain meds. If you go in there and you look really good and you look well put together and all that stuff, then you get respect from them. The interesting thing is that when you're in incredible pain, you're going to have a very hard time putting yourself together and looking like you look when you're not. So even though I can hardly move today, before I go to the doctor, I've got to put myself together so that we can have an educated conversation amongst adults instead of them thinking that I'm some kind of pain-seeking or pain med seeker. All they have to do is look at my x-ray. I don't know if I have it on my computer or not. Oh, look at my babies. Look at my babies. Babies. I don't even know where in the flip I would look to find this. I have the x-ray on my phone. Oh, there's my X cars. I don't know. I could just find someone else's picture of it. I'm sure we all pretty much look the same. This is pretty similar to what it looks like. Ooh. That's like a grade 1. Most people do not have near. When I look at here, when I look on the line for spondylolisthesis x-rays, most people only have a little slippage. It's actually pretty hard to find one that looks like mine. And then I'm looking at these screws and shit in here. This is making me want to vomit. Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. Ugh, that was nauseating. Oh shit, man. Here comes the sun. You're being a good boy. You are being a really good boy. You're being quiet. Ay, 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 it keeps digging. How are you managing? What's your mobility like? Yeah, they say, you know, spondylolisthesis, spondylosis, no, spondylolisthesis, spondylitis, stenosis, like all kinds of shit, right? You manage. Do I manage? You know what? When I get in a good mood and I'm well rested and I want to dance and I move just a little bit, I pinch my back. So I'm going to say I don't manage. If I move or lift anything just even slightly heavy, I'm fucked up. I guess I'm not managing. I've got pain all the time, high, high, high levels of pain that I just try to ignore. Oh, shit. So my sciatica I was able to relieve with a slight incline. And I slept on the floor for 7 years. You don't even try to lift. What if something ends up on the floor? These dogs are service animals, but you know what? If you need a service animal to pick stuff up off the floor for you, get a retriever. Someone should have told me that. Not all dogs do that. Not all dogs fetch. You have a son? Yeah, me too. But you know what? And yesterday, I did get quite a bit of help, but that can't be every day. That can't be every day. How long have you been dealing with this, honey? How many decades are we talking? So sorry. I know, I live with my kids too, but I just can't call them for everything I need. 4 years or 4 decades? 40 years, yeah. 4 decades. Same. Same. Well, now that the technologies are much, much, much better, and now that I have an advocate in my life that literally has unlimited wealth, maybe in my future there's a path. And I'm not saying like, oh, he should pay for it. It's that he knows people. It's that he can get me to that doc, whether it's internationally or somewhere here. You just have more resources, more avenues available to you when you know people. That's what women are attracted to in men. Naturally, it's social power. Men are attracted to different things in women than women are attracted to in men. Women don't necessarily need to have social power. But an attractive woman, an attractive man is going to have social power, which means they know people. They can get shit done. They can pull strings. They can go through the back door. They can get it done in a different way. Thank you. Thank you, 7. I'm going to just try to breathe and stay relaxed. Look at my head. Let's relax right here. Look at that. Look at this. If you see my forehead doing this, that's pain. This face, look at it. Pain. You know, I first injured my back or knew I hurt myself when I was about 8 or 9 years old, maybe 7. And they did an x-ray or anything. My stepdad took me to the ER because I couldn't walk. And the doctor in the turban said, it will go away. I should have been x-rayed right then. It might have prevented all of this. Are you hypermobile as well? So when you like try to stretch, you overdo it? Did he text me? I know he did this morning. Oh God, I just love it when he texts me. We got to talk last night too. Did we? No, that's not true. We did not talk. I don't know. It was like maybe day before yesterday. I don't know. Workman's comp. Ay, ay, ay. You know what? Listen to me. Listen to my voice. Oh my God. I was denied disability in California. And you know how you're supposed to be able to, they deny you and then you go through again? They just got rid of the whole account that ever showed that I ever applied and went through over a year. They just got rid of it. So I just gave up. I was like, you know what? Fuck you people. I believe in myself. I believe I can make money. Instead of being on disability, I think I can just make that money myself. And so for like the past 12 or whatever years since that happened, I've just been trying to do that myself, unsuccessfully for the most part. But then I started my car service, so I had a cluster of years where things were very nice financially and I had other people working for me. Oh my gosh, good for you. Are you being a good boy? Are you just looking? You can look. Oh my God, what the flip? Peer review in Dallas. Good God. And see, that's what I'm saying. You know what? Honestly, that's part of like why I don't do this shit, because I don't want to play their fucking games. The mental stress of going through all of that isn't worth it to me. Yeah, exactly, right? They know that. They know if they just keep fucking with you, you'll go away. Like YouTube on my other channel. They keep fucking with me. They keep taking my memberships away, demonetizing me. They keep shutting my channel off. Whatever, people. I'm making them money. What don't they get? I have other channels, other avenues. So stupid. And you guys, if you're watching, if you really want to connect with me, it's that. That's how you do it. I'll find it. Hold on one second. Oh, and you know what? I just realized, because I've been watching another creator on Patreon, and so she uses her Snapchat for live streaming, I think, and other stuff, and I'm going to start looking into that. So I do have a new Snapchat. And that is only available to Patreon members, so don't trip. Go over there and get yourself a membership. Hold on one second. I'm trying to show you my page. There's the link right there. This is where you should start. You know, if you want to communicate with me, see the pictures from the Shasta Napa trip and other trips that I do. You know, she has herself branded as nudie and all this stuff, naturalist, blah, 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 blah. So I'm looking at her branding and understand she doesn't do anything like what I do. Our content is completely different. She travels around the world as a nude digital nomad and stays at like nudist colonies and stuff, which I think is a great idea, but she doesn't do yoga. So I would go out there to the same places she's going to, but I would do like a full-on yoga live stream and instruction or whatever. I don't care if I'm not a fucking certified yoga instructor. Neither was Bikram. Neither was Iyengar. Ignore, honey. Ignore. Good dog. So that's what I'm saying. Over there on Patreon, they give me a lot more freedom just to be who I am. Not who I want to be, who I am, but also include you guys in it. You know, I watched one of her, because I actually joined her channel, and so I watched one of her replays of her live streams, and she's at her little campsite, and she's not naked. She's wearing panties because she was on her period. She wears like period underwear, you know, those kind. And it's not really about, oh my God, for me, obviously. I'm not like, oh, she's naked. Let's watch her and jack off. It's about the fact that I don't want to have to censor my content. I want to be able to sit here. Let's say I'm out in nature at a beautiful place, like I was in Shasta, and I want to share it with you guys and go live right there and then. I have to put on clothes and whatever. But I just don't, that's not how I do it. And especially like in yoga. When you're watching and learning yoga, I think you need to see the body, you need to see the form, you need to see the alignment, you need to see all of that stuff. And if you're looking at that and learning, cool. If you're looking at me and just like, wow, this is really cool and getting off on it, guess what? I think it's way healthier to watch someone doing yoga and getting off on that than porn. It's way more wholesome. It'll take you to an energetic space in your union, in your sagaj oalati. We have to say it like that on YouTube. And if you go to my website, you'll see it's just all about turning you back on. Like hydration and grounding. We were talking about that yesterday. Start with hydration and grounding. Because you're going to conduct electricity and you're going to be anti-inflamed. You're going to start, like Eka's starting with the diet, doing the diet thing. Perfect. Now that you've got that good quality energy in your body today, go sit on the earth with your electrolytes. I appreciate you hanging out with me this morning. In just a few minutes, I'm going to jump off of here. Oh, shit. And ooh, he's sending me to a doctor who's going to manage my pain personally. And he's arranged so that he pays for it himself. That's a blessing right there. And so normally I would want my pain management doctor to conform to my desires, but I'm not doing that. I'm just going to go and smile and do whatever, say whatever, and just, you know, get some relief. If he keeps wanting me to like be on these meds every day, all day, that's going to be a problem, but I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to get him and go. I know one bottle of pain meds can last me a year or two. And I'm also going to reveal to him a couple of other things. The melatonin repairs nerve damage. I do use a lot of that. Maybe that'll come up in the conversation. But the other thing is that so I've been diagnosed with premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Interestingly, the best known to date, other than serious hydration, the best known the best known help to help alleviate symptoms is Prozac as needed. And then people will say, no, it has to build up in your body. Right, that's for depression. For PMDD, something about it acts immediately. They don't know why. Something about it acts immediately. So you can take it like Pamprin, Midol. Interestingly, that has a pain relieving effect. They say that premenstrual dysphoric disorder is concentrated norepinephrine in the bloodstream, which to me says if it's concentrated, that's because they're dehydrated. So that epinephrine causes what? Constant adrenaline, constant fight, flight, freeze, rage, aggression, internal tension. So hydration helps to dilute that, but it has to be hydration with electrolytes or you're going to fuck yourself up. And maybe distilled water would be good because distilled water clears out toxins. So maybe that abundance of norepinephrine in the bloodstream would be considered a toxin and get swept away. And then hydrate. Have fun at the doctor. Thanks. We'll see you later. Thanks. Appreciate it. I am going to take some notes, though, because we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why am I sitting here like this? Oh my God. Hello. How are you? I'm retarded. And I can say that about myself because it's true. In the dictionary, it means, you know, like slow. I'm slow today. I just don't want to be on a bunch of meds. When I make this list of things that we might touch on and talk about. I don't want to be on a bunch of meds. When I make this list of things that we might touch on and talk about. Everybody's watching you. Everyone in the world can see you. Shadow. He doesn't give a fuck. Hey, mama no likey. Mama does not like it. Mama does not like it. This is the mama bite. No. No. Mama bite. Mama bite will get you. That's a good boy. Nobody wants the mama bite to the neck, huh? So, you know, they're wired as dogs. The mama, when they're babies, when they're puppies, that mama will give them a little nudge and a little bite right there. If they're misbehaving, she'll be like, arr, arr. Right? Is that correct? Tell me what? What? I just ended up throwing my shit on the floor yesterday. Hey. Okay, you're a good boy. Okay, up on. Up on. Settle and be quiet. Anyway, so when I look at this list, it's like 7 meds just right there. If I was doing what doctors want me to do, I would be probably taking 7 to 10 meds a day or a month, because the PMDD med would only be like, and when's my menopause happening? Can anyone tell me that? Where's my menopause? I'm 54 years old. Okay, so this is as needed. But this would also be as needed. And that would be for pain. See, what they don't realize is that Valium has worked better for me for pain. I took a Valium one time and I felt like brand new. And I fucked it up because I went running across the street because I felt so good. And then it fucked me up and I never was able to reclaim that again. I couldn't, like, I took another Valium. It didn't relieve the pain the next time because I fucked it up. I guess, I don't know. But this would also be as needed. This probably they would want me on every day, but I take everything as needed, honestly. But then they're going to be like, no, it needs to kind of like be in your system of maintenance and it'll be better for you, blah, 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 blah. That would be daily. That would be as needed. Most of these are as needed. Now, an allergy shot might be a good idea. Do you guys take allergy shots instead of using an inhaler constantly? I haven't needed that. See, when I go into the season change messes me up, I just take an Alka-Seltzer and it pretty much resets everything for the next season. Like an Alka-Seltzer, like I get really congested and like start reacting to stuff and have trouble breathing with the season change. And I just take an Alka-Seltzer cold. And it seems to do the trick. Unless I'm in a dirty, dusty place. And then it could be a problem, like allergy problem. I don't know. I have had an allergy shot. I can't really recall or say if it helped me or not. I don't know. Probably. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to need to handle this stuff, you guys. I need to call the doctor, make an appointment, take a shower, look presentable, like I said, so that I'm not being treated like a drug seeker. So I'll see you guys later.